So here's a fun multiplication problem for students to try out. It says using the digits 0 to 9 at most one time each, place a digit in each box to create a true equation. So that was Tatiana. So I think for a problem like this, I definitely want to allow students to use calculators. And I think that guessing and checking is a really good first way to start with this. So let's just try to create a true equation. So we'll pick 2 and 4 and 3 and 9, and let's see what we get here. So 24 times 39 is 936. So we cannot actually do this because we already have used the 9 and the 3. So this is not going to work. So now we start thinking, like, we can keep guessing and checking, but eventually we start to think, well, are there some strategies that will help us not just guess and check? For example, would there be any digits that would be bad to use? I think students might start to realize that, like, say, putting a 0 here, probably not going to be such a good idea, right? Because with something like this, you're going to, with something like this, you're always going to end in a 0. So like we have some idea of we start to see these patterns of what digits would be bad to use. Other digits that might be problematic would be like a 1 or a 5 in some situations. So let's try guessing and checking again and see what we come up with. See if we can be a little bit more strategic here and use some conceptual understanding. So let's try, let's say 45 times 32. So I'm thinking that if I use a 5 and a 2, I'll have a 0 there, but we'll see how that goes. 45 times 32, way too big. Okay, let's try 15 times 32. That was a really messy. 15 times 32, so 15 times 32. Now we have 480, and that actually works. So this kind of problem, what I love about it is that it does have opportunities for that procedural skill and fluency, like a worksheet, but it also gives students opportunities to use conceptual understanding. Like I thought, if I use that 5 and a 2, I'm going to make a 0. Didn't really think about it was going to be too big of a value. But give this a shot with your students and let me know how they do in the comments.